no. But yeah, it feels like the lanes are going to be a little bit weak for me. I don't really like the position 3 Tusk. I think it falls off too hard. I think it either you either own in your lane, you can kind of get kill after kill, or it just the enemies have their saves. You can't quite commit onto the kills. They eventually just outscale you. If you don't get the kills, you definitely don't find farm on the map. He's not a position 3 hero is able to farm, and he finds his advantage by just constantly taking the fight to the enemy. For Zoomers, OD isn't popular anymore, but I think OD could be decent here.
Take
Keeper of the Light.
That's
not a
new hero.
Yeah.
We're getting some new heroes. Unless you guys saw it yesterday and you just didn't tell me.
No, we definitely didn't see it yesterday. Cuddle, I don't think we've seen it all this tournament. We touched base on it briefly when we were talking about Chinese Dota and the Ricky being a counter to the Cuddle. But this one is weird. Maybe they'll play around cooldown reduction or something here. I was talking about the OD. The Cuddle pairs all right with him.
Weren't 4 Zoomers the one who played the Bristle mid?
They are.
So you could always do 4 tiny 5 Keeper of the Light offlane Bloodseeker mid Bristle. Does that work in this situation though?
The mid Bristle? I mean, if you pick up the Keeper of the Light,
obviously you want them in lane together.
You want to put them together in lane, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, you could always put it safe lane or mid, and they go Viper. So we were asking for that in the last game that we saw Spectre in, and now we get it here. I think you could still go safe lane Bristle and just throw him with the Keeper of the Light. And that looks solid to me. And you've taken away the Viper, so there's no break potential unless they go like Nyx Assassin. And I don't see that happening for Infamous. Although, that being said as well, you could go Nyx Assassin 4. Why not? I feel like Nyx Assassin's super undervalued. But I also saw OD Pixel playing mid, and it was very interesting earlier today. I was up in it early morning today.
Watching UK Dota trying to learn things. Come on, dude. You know better than that.
I've learned from Mo never to believe it. Never to trust it.
Yeah. UK Dota, man. I gotta say, they put on some excellent events. ESL Birmingham, one of the best tournaments I've ever been to. The crowd is amazing. The fans are very friendly, unlike just like the rest of the population in the UK. There's just something about Dota fans. They're all right when you're at LANs with them. Online, they're awful, though. But I definitely wouldn't take away getting UK players. Clockwork.
Wow. They're still thinking that they're gonna look for a 5. That means Void Spirit mid, Tusk 3, Spectre 1, Rubik 4. But I mean, this draft is still open where you can put the Tusk 4, Rubik 5, pick up something else in the offlane, go Void Spirit mid, or you go Tusk offlane, Void Spirit 4, Rubik 5, Spectre 1. Like I think there's a lot of options here for the side of Infamous, and you do get a little of team fight and control for those 2 bans from 4 Zoomers. Terrorblade, again, like we were talking about, 4 Zoomers need a 1 position. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go Bristle, especially with the Kato picked up. It seems like it should go kind of hand in hand at this point. So we'll get Chaos Knight. Exactly what I was talking about. Chaos Knight is going to be this hero that pairs up really well with the Kato. This is what I was talking about.
All right, they pair up well together. Yeah, these guys are really good, but lore-wise, this isn't a good matchup at all. Okay, these guys are both fundamentals. The light by the Keeper of the Light and the Chaos. They hate each other. Chaos Knight is actually trying to just hunt Keeper of the Light between realms, man. So you got to be careful that your lore matchup is good as well.
Slack's not appreciating the mismatch in lore.
No.
Speaking of Slacks, I was watching Loregasm this morning as well. I was just on like a tear of like 800 different things, fixing internet, watching Loregasm, watching UK Dota. All these things.
Glad you managed to get the whole internet scenario fixed.
For the most part, dropping a couple frames here and there, work out the kinks as the days go on.
I don't think anyone's noticed though. That's the good thing. It's like when I make up mechanics and just no one in chat corrects me. There's always that one guy though.
That's how you know chat isn't as good as they say they are.
Yeah. Otherwise, they'd be able to catch me immediately and they go, "Well, that's not true, Neph. That's not true."
You're a liar. Ooh, Brewmaster. So, are they throwing Brewmaster? Yeah, they'll throw Excel on the Tusk. And then Pepito will play the Brew.
That hero is a hero I have not seen in a while. He is able to do some interesting things, though, which I I don't want to talk about it and leak any strats. We'll see if it comes up in the game.
The last time I saw Brewmaster was General playing it, and he picked up a Divine Rapier. It was dirty. That was disgusting. And he was one-shotting people all over the map. I was so shocked. It was actually really awesome. By the way, just a quick update to Samuel Mann. We told him he has to rebrand in the lobby, and he chose Sam the Man. So,
yep, that's
he's
his
gonna
name
rebrand
from
to
now
Sam the
on.
Man. That's his name from now on. That's exactly right. So, no longer Sammy Boy. Sam the Man on that Chaos Night. And it should be fun to call him Sam the Man. I like it. It sounds like one of those always positive, like you're never like, God, I hate that guy Sam the Man, because, he's the man. You're never mad at the man.
You can't be mad at the man. But again, happy birthday to Sammy Boy, turning 21 today. Let's get some love from the chat. Send him out some happy birthday messages on Twitter.
Yeah, do it.
Everyone, I think he's at Sammy Boy GG. That's it. All right, awesome. I got it.
So send him some tweets, smiley faces in the chat, and then add him in the chat. Happy birthday at Sammy Boy in the chat. Just, overwhelm him. It's his birthday. He's 21. It's a big one.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a Sweet 16 or anything, but 21 is pretty important.
For Americans.
For Americans. If he does what I did on my 25th birthday, that one's a big one too, where you just pay for everything in quarters.
That's a thing?
No.
I see. I was going to say that sounds horrible for whoever's like at your table. They're like, oh yeah, it's a birthday party. I'm gonna get a really big tip, and then you just start pulling out rolls of quarters and like flipping them at people and shit.
By the way,
here's your tip. Here you go. You toss him a quarter.
By the way, it ends up being Viper for Sammy Boy, or for Monkeys Forever, and Sam the Man. I'm already blowing it. Sam the Man on the CK. Ocean ends up on the Bloodseeker. Exclusively 3? What did I say? 4 Zoomers don't play that exclusive nonsense.
No, you're right. They don't. No exclusive nonsense, except for the Wisp, but they always put on Gunner for some reason. But I wanted to focus on Gunner this game.
You want to focus on Gunner, you got to focus on Packus. He gets hit with the Blood Right as well as a 2-second stun from Sam the Man. Spectral Dagger trying to get around. However, Sam the Man, he's ready for this. He's got a stun in just a second, and there's first blood. It actually goes the way of Husky with that Illuminate. So what's the play here? Husky's on this Keeper of the Light. Gunner's mid with the Tiny, and it looks like they're pairing up Keeper of the Light with Sam the Man.
Yeah, I mean, this one makes sense. Again, your Chaos Bolt can usually set up an Illuminate, and of course, your Chakra Magic will put lower the cooldown of his spells. You'll have the mana to spam the Chaos Bolt, and you can usually get 2 of them off in pretty quick succession when he's got multiple points in the Chakra Magic. Cooldown reduction of 3, 4, 5, 6. It's very easy to get 2 of these off in a row when he uses that on you, and pull him back with another Reality Rift as well. So you get the Illuminate level 1 to have extra HP regen. Ooh, actually going to take a bit of damage here on Husky, and unfortunately didn't come to lane with too much HP regen. So he's going to have to be careful.
Just 2 tangos. Let's get that Illuminate to hit on Excel. Hit that level 2 mark, and all of a sudden you do want to be a little bit careful. So now he's got a salve and 2 tangos, but for the most part I would think that Husky's trying to hold that salve for Sam the Man.
Yeah. You'd think so. Again, you have to worry about the aggression coming out onto your Chaos Day. You're a lot happier if it's Sam the Man here tanking up some of these tag teams.
That tag team really doesn't do anything, so that means a 2-second stun that'll lead to an Illuminate. The pathing through these trees really can't get him out of it, and there's another kill for Sam the Man. Excel ends up dead. They've got a kill on the Spectre so far, as well as the Tusk. 2-0 for 4 Zoomers, and this lane already for Sam the Man going very well. Something I want to talk about bottom is the fact that Ocean's here with Monkeys Forever. It's not the same as the last lane where Monkeys Forever was just playing the Timber and having that solo experience and gold. However, Viper, one of those heroes that starts going around the map level 6.
Oh no.
Yeah, he does. He's gonna have both those functions. Again, he's able to just sit in lane, spam out with another toxin, then move to the jungle afterwards, or he can move around the map and start getting kills. It all depends on what skill build you want to go. Again, he went poison attack. First level is going corrosive skin too. Probably max out this poison attack. And go for those kills and play the roamer, as you said.
We saw Monkeys Forever get aggressive. Oh, well, he was already level 10 at that point. However, now Spectre taking some damage. Tag team use slows him up. Packus needs to be very careful. Reality Rift comes in. Husky looking for an Illuminate. They have the 1 second stun. Good snowball. Should still leave to Packus's death. However, they might be able to get Sam the Man beforehand, and he doesn't even die. Great job there by Excel.
Salves him up right after as well. Excel doing an amazing job in this lane. You do have a lot of room for aggression and outplay on this Tusk, and Snowball can do a lot of work. You're not careful. You don't go into this lane thinking that you're going to die, though. Again, this Keeper of the Light Chaos Knight matchup is normally just so good. When you fall here, it feels awful. It was nerfed just a little bit when they changed Chaos Strike back around. Ooh.
Viper ends up dead. They go for Ocean for a second. Stun thrown out top at Packus. They do some damage there, and all of a sudden, Monkeys Forever, he ends up dead. I'm kind of surprised.
Yeah, just it will commit on him, I guess. He only has 275 movement speed. He opted to go with this full magic wand and a wraith band first. Again, I don't really like people building the full magic wand in the laning phase, especially early laning phase. It just feels like a waste of 150 gold recipe. Like, yes, people want top.
Ooh, top, yeah, Excel kind of stayed a little bit too long. I think wanted to snowball, avoid that Illuminate, but missed the timing on it. I don't know if that was like a ping issue or something, or just the timing ended up being off, because he just got really blown down from that, and all of a sudden he ends up dead. You can see just the aggression that comes in from this CK. All of a sudden, mid, blood right down, Avalanche comes in, silences up this Rubik, Ocean comes over. There's an Aether Remnant down, looking for that 4-minute rune, which is a double damage bottom for Gunner to fill up that bottle.
You have to be careful. We've always got this DD rune on Gunner. Of course, Tiny having pretty big base damage. Pops this, he's going to be hitting for 150, 160 each attack. Here we go. The easy last thing underneath the tower as well. I prefer if Gunner would heal up his HP a little bit, though. Makes me kind of afraid.
Once again, and now they've got the Illuminate. They're looking to Packus. Excel comes in with a tag team level 2, but there's a quick stun. So it's really not doing much of anything. They've got the Spectral Dagger. However, now with the Reality Rift and Blood right down, Ocean making the rotation, Excel's in a really bad spot and will try to deny himself to neutral. So go with the Snowball. Creeps go over to Husky, so that'll leave Excel vulnerable to dying to Sam and Man.
Got the tomato clapper to clap the 3 of them there, though. Ends up doing a lot of damage, and he stalled for a little bit of extra time with that snowball. It's kind of funny, just duck, dodge, dip, and diving around all the spells from these heroes, though. The Blood Rate and the Illuminate dodged. But it took a lot to bring him down
by himself. TP coming bottom from the Tiny, so Gunner's trying to make a rotation. Monkeys Forever already taking a lot of damage. He's broken up too. Avalanche comes through as well as the toss. They get the kill on a Maiko. Now they're going to look to turn this on a Pepita. Right click's coming in. Pepita turning into try and go into Monkeys Forever to finish him off before he ends up dead. Gunner with the double kill, keeping Monkeys Forever alive. And all of a sudden, Foolish Zoomers have a 1k lead. Back up towards top. Snowball over to the neutrals. Reality Rift onto Excel. He's trying to survive. There's the Thunderclap once again. Blood right down. One more shot. Husky gets the kill. And all over the map, 4 Zoomers are finding picks.
They're zooming the way this game. Not picks on particularly important heroes, I would say. Again, your Void Spirit isn't going down, your Spectre isn't going down. Ooh, I take back what I just said.
Illuminate hits. They've got the silence, so that means no Spectral Dagger away. And under the tower, I think they're willing to commit. They've got themselves a stun. They have the Reality Rift. Do they have the damage to follow this up? Illuminate just in case. Sam the Man gets the kill in a Packus, but he ends up losing his life to KXY, who rotates over. And Monkeys Forever down towards bottom. He ends up dead for a second time. Gunner can't help him out in that one, as his TP's on cooldown for another 12 seconds.
Now just getting run down on this Viper. You have to be careful. You died the first time because you had no boots. The second time you did, but you have 320 movement speed to this 350 on the Brewmaster. Of course, when he pops a Drunken Brawler, when he thunderclaps you, you're going to be going somewhere. He's going to be going much faster.
Comes in, Ocean in some trouble to dissimulate. Again, KXY able to get that kill. They're looking over for Excel, the Reality Rift. One more right click might be able to do it. And finally, he falls. Now they look over at KXY, who has one more Astral Step, but the Avalanche as well as the toss won't give him time to do it. So Sam the man with another kill, and all of a sudden this CK is 6-2-2, 7 minutes into the game.
This is one big boy. Open up this fight recap real quick while we're paused. Not too much gold or XP going either way, but again, you're very close to the top of net worth. You're sitting within about 30 gold of the next prize person, which is, of course, Gunner. I wanted to watch him more this game, but there's just been so much action happening top in the CK Coddle lane. This guy getting closer and closer to his Blink Dagger. Tusk has been doing a really good job. I don't want to knock him at all, but it's too hard playing into this. Again, Tusk wants to play super aggressive, far forward, but when you're into this Coddle CK combo, most things feel a little bit underwhelming in comparison.
Monks Forever getting chased once again. They've used the Primal Split. They've got the Telekinesis on Monks Forever. Blood right down, taking a lot of damage. Will-O-Wisp comes in. Is that going to save his life? They continue to dive under the tower. They've also got the Hollow Packets comes through to get the kill on Monks Forever. Michael on the side, trying to go into the Will-O-Wisp. Husky won't survive, and I don't think Ocean does either if they were willing to dive this tower. They've already got Pepita down here. They'll bring Michael to take the tower aggro. So Paka's here with Pepita. They're taking the tower aggro. The Blood right down. Gunner coming over as well as Excel. You got 4 heroes down bottom for Infamous. You lose the Spectre. This really doesn't feel worth it at that point. 5 heroes bottom for Infamous. You end up getting 4. So I think at the end of the day, you do come out ahead. You use the Spectre's life for that one, but is that... yeah, I mean, it looks worth it gold-wise and experience-wise.
Yeah, golden XP-wise it was. He could have gone down there on Sammy Boy, but I think pretty early on, before the fight started, he already committed his Phantasm to farm the creep wave and push the tower in response to the enemy aggression. Again, there was just like one by one there. Each reaction came out a little bit too late. Because I feel like that's still the case here. They're coming out too late. The only saving grace here is the enemy team doesn't have that much mana. These tomato clappers. It's like they're out to get 4 Zoomers this game. How many times have they... Can we get a clapper count?
I think it's about 4.
4 clappers?
Clapper in the chat. Scan comes in, lands on a KXY. We're 9 minutes into the game. 1,000 net worth lead for 4 Zoomers. 20 kills in 9 minutes. That's a lot.
Yeah. Sammy Boy. I'm less level or under level compared to Toxis here. Now have KXY. He's just dead.
He's got Phantasm. Might use it, try and escape. He's used it. He doesn't escape. He ends up dead instead.
That double Astral Step, but he's more than happy to use because he does have this Arcane. So it doesn't feel like that much of a commitment for the CK. CK does lose Phantasm.
Onto the high ground, looking for Monkeys Forever. Viper Strike comes in. Assimilate. KXY. He'll back off right into the hands of Husky. Husky does have the Will-O-Wisp. KXY without an Astral Step for 12 seconds. Telekinesis on an Ocean. They get the kill on Excel. Gunner gets that one. Now he's got the Assimilate as well as the Aether Remnant. Trying to get the kill with the Resonant Pulse, but it's not enough damage. The Will-O-Wisp blocks him up once again. Ocean coming over. Doesn't have Rupture yet. He's only level 5, but the damage on a KXY with no Astral Step means he ends up dead to Monkeys Forever, who he committed on and then backed off on. Avalanche on a Pepita as they'll chase this tiny inside the jungle. Michael ends up dead at Sam the Man. Pepita giving chase to Gunner inside the jungle, and okay. He'll just forget about him and walk off. Sam the Man's here. Reality Rift is used. Thunderclap comes in. Avalanche toss as well as Chaos Bolt. All of a sudden, Pepita just dies. And it jumps up to a 3K lead for the side of 4 Zoomers.
Yeah, 4 Zoomers finally taking off with this one. A couple of times it looked a little bit rough for them. Again, Sammy Boy, as great as a game that he's having, they're also not shutting down Paxes on the Spectre too much. There's a couple of times now they've just managed to rotate their heroes top, bring down the Chaos Knight, or again, leave him in the lane by himself, so what he can't get in gold, he's able to get in XP at the very least.
Gunner.
Pretty close to his Midas.
Over mid. Never mind. Go for it. Rupture now on a Pacus. They don't have a way to stop this TP. They don't have the damage.
They don't have the damage, they don't have a TP cancel. I think that'll probably change pretty quickly here once they realize, alright, this is probably going to happen again. Which one of us is going to build the item to deal with this?
Coming over, not smoked. KXY and Michael looking to make a rotation potentially to kill off Husky and or Monkeys Forever. Bottom lane, though, they find themselves Brewmaster. He ends up silenced to the Blood Right with the stun there coming in from Sam the Man. Only level 2 Chaos Bolt, so 1.5 to 2.8 seconds on that stun, but enough time to get the Blood Right down onto the Brewmaster to get the kill.
Gunner.
What's this point
killing the Brewmaster is it's alright. Again, his primal splits on cooldown. He's not really able to get away from it. You don't want to commit anyone to the bottom lane for him. You're fine with Pax's farming the top lane. You don't want to pop your
Shards, Ocean? Every time I think they're going to commit, I cut you off and then they don't.
No. Sure, again, it's hard to commit into these heroes. You don't want to jump on the Viper. Tiny, you're afraid, is going to blow you up at the start of these team fights. Sammy Boy is the guy you want to commit on and finishes him off by haunting onto him and just clicking him once. Now your haunt's on cooldown just because you want to steal the last hit.
Is that value?
No. Pretty high cooldown spell. So 180 seconds without it now. They move their eyes mid. I'm not sure they can take this. Again, they're going to back off, and they're probably going to teleport Sam the Man mid lane.
Yeah, no haunt, so that means your Spectre's not getting into the fight. They throw the Fable over at Monkeys Forever. They use the Primal Split immediately, but the Telekinesis coming in, but there's the Will-O-Wisp. So that locks up these heroes for just a second. They've got the stun. Now the Blood Right down. Can they get anything out of this? Rupture on the KXY. Cyclone up Gunner. They'll keep him in control for now. Reality Rift a long way from Sam the Man. And a couple more right clicks to get the kill there on Michael. They look over at Pepito, who's back to form. He'll try to TP out. Do they have anything to stop this? Reality Rift, there it is. Avalanche on him. And down goes Pepito.
This will open up the mid tower finally. And of course, if you had just a little bit more in that team fight, it would have been different. You would have been able to bring down the Viper. Would have been able to get more people off the back of that as well. But no haunt on the Spectre. She's not able to invade just because she wanted to steal that last hit onto the CK. Will help her get to her next item a little bit faster. Again, just Yasha that she's got. She wants to farm up. She's got the hit of Midas as well. But I'm not sure you want to be taking this late. You have okay heroes to play into the late game, but you have to play into the Viper and you have to play into the Chaos Knight. These two heroes together can destroy you in a fraction of a second on the Spectre. You get broken, you have 3 Phantasms on top of you.
Avalanche Toss kills off KXY. Reality Rift Snowball going all the way across to the creeps. Excel getting chased. That's Shards, but he's 2 seconds stunned. Tossed back to his team, and a lot of damage coming in with that Illuminate. They've got the Reality Rift on to Michael. No Rupture of Packus. He should be able to get to the high ground successfully. Sam the Man will kill off Michael. So 3 heroes down the side of Infamous, and Packus still on the high ground, ready to be tossed back by Gunner. And there it is. So they toss him back right onto Husky. Packus trying to get back to the high ground. Will do so with the Spectral Dagger that he threw just a second ago, and Gunner low but not dead.
They just gonna sit on the base until Void Spirit gets over here, but looks like they might try to take the fight. They have the high ground here, decent positioning on 4 Zoomers.
So coming over, Astral Step, not landing on anybody. Sam the Man going Sanj and Yasha has that Midas. Like we said, he's sitting second with net worth behind Gunner. Gunner, someone that you wanted to focus on. And he's having a good game, 9-1-5. Good game, great game.
Excellent game for him. He's just able to jump onto the backline, blow people up. Speaking of, he's got eyes on KXY here. It'd be a decent way to start the fight.
Avalanche, toss, Snowball comes in, that hits on a Gunner. 4 heroes commit immediately. Gunner gets killed off, though. Use the haunt, and he'll jaunt over right next to Ocean. Blood Right down, Will-O-Wisp in. He's not dead yet. Blood Right now comes through. Ocean trying to run. He should be dead in just one more hit. Peter's the one who grabs it. So many heroes here. We'll see if 4 Zoomers can defend this tier 1 in the mid lane. Monkeys Forever. Now buyback used by Ocean. So they'll TP towards mid. They've got this Brewmaster back to form. 2 seconds stun. Blood Right down. And they'll not steal the Blood Right. So really not getting much there from Michael. They get the kill into Pepita. And the only thing that Ocean gave away was the Blood Rage.
Yeah, I mean, they give away 2 kills there as well. It's not great. They managed to keep their tier 1 tower up, which is okay map control, but Infamous definitely coming out ahead in that engagement. I'm not sure they want to be taking another fight like this, though. They smoke up. Actually, if they can just get Monkeys Forever by himself, they have the vision up. Yeah, and he's down.
Worth it. KXY gets credit for that kill. The Walrus Punch doing a lot of damage there. Kill off Monkeys Forever. He's dead for the 4th time. And yes, you're shutting Monkeys Forever down, but Gunner and Sam the Man, they're top of the network. Is Spectre being there pretty much by himself? Is Packus being towards the top of the network by himself enough? Ooh, KXY. Dino. Ocean, as well as Gunner and Husky.
I'm not sure. Again, it depends what his items are. It depends what his items are. He's got this Black King bar coming out. That's definitely what he needs.
Toss. Get the kill, no excel.
And Gunner playing super far forward. He almost want to chase his Paxus into the base here, but he does think better of it. Goes towards top lane. I think you just want to keep taking towers right now while some of the heroes are dead. But everybody playing very far back on their side of the map. Farming up the safe triangle on Sammy Boy, and Monkeys Forever not feeling great about this game. He really popped off last time, but in this game he just got run down, taking advantage of the fact that he has such low movement speed.
But again, I think that's kind of all right. You know, it's opening up the map for the rest of the team to continue to gank Monkeys Forever, and he's still sitting with more net worth than the Void Spirit and the Brew.
Yeah.
Tag team toss up into the air, and he'll avoid the Blood Right. This will pull him over to the neutral creeps. They've got Sam the Man right here. Reality Rift as well as the stun. Aether Remnant also locks him down. And with the Avalanche one more click, Sam the Man will get the kill. Double damage, and that's picked up by KXY.
Might want to take a fight off of this when Tusk comes back up. Again, they have split. Only issues Peter here. Only level 10 to 18 minutes of the game. Only level 1 split. It's going to feel pretty underwhelming at this point. Tiny is just able to whack the fire spirit a couple of times and suddenly all your damage is gone as a Sammy Boy. Jump on top of it with Reality Rift. But double damage does make a fight look pretty enticing. Maybe if they can get someone to teleport back to this bottom lane and quickly take a fight top.
Dire should look to their top tower. Radiant have fortified their
Pop the drums and then just try to burst down this top tier 2 tower. I mean, team doesn't want to try to trade, and they hide in the jungle. I think, yeah, they're going to try to get Monkeys Forever again here.
They might try. It looked like they were about to commit to it, but at the end of the day, they don't. They've got the Rupture on to Excel, who will still kill off that Observer Ward. Now he's on the low ground. Blood Right, Illuminate, all coming in. Monkeys Forever makes the rotation. They'll have the damage to get the kill. Excel ends up dead. I feel like maybe Infamous missed their chance to get the kill on a Monkeys Forever over mid.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Kelsey just going out again and again right now. He's 0-11 at the moment. He has had some pretty good saves this game, and again, he is making space for his team. But this is one of the reasons why I don't like Tusk, especially in the position 3. If your team doesn't want to fight, you fall off and feel pretty useless. Yes, you can make yourself a nuisance to the enemy team, but right now you've got Brown Boots, Orb of Venom, and that's sort of it. Your tag team machine. As this gets further in, you're not really going to be able to use any of your spells other than Snowball in the team fights. Like, your Walrus Punch will always be BKB Piercing disabled, but compare yourself to any other hero in the position 5, and you're pretty underwhelming. You don't stack camps that well. You need to go very far forward in order to get on people, and they would just get blown up by the Viper, by the Bloodseeker, by the Chaos Knight, and the Tiny. Grabs a bounty ring. Alright, I shouldn't have said anything. This guy is making use of himself, but while it's happening over here...
Astral Step with Yules. That'll lock him down with Aether Remnant now. Tiny. Alright. They've got themselves the Haunt. They got a 3-second stun onto Excel, jaunting over, and then immediately leaving Snowball to survive a little bit longer. Here comes KXY from the side, or at least they think about going in. They get the kill on Excel. They've Cyclone up Monkeys Forever. And now Michael gets hit with a 3-second stun. Reality Rift coming out onto the Rubik. Clumsy Neck keeps him controlled, and on the bit.
I'm waiting to see that fight recap. I wasn't watching the one part of the fight. There was something I was looking for there, though. Here it is. No, unfortunately, I can't see what the Brewmaster used. So the Air Pandas from the Brewmaster Primal Split actually has a pretty interesting interaction on the D spell. ability that it has. Most people just use it to bring down from Cyclone. It actually affects enemies and allies and dispels all magic and still does damage to summoned units. They've removed most of those from Dota, like a lot of those were carried from Dota 1, but it does 1,000 magic damage to most summoned units and illusions. So it'll instantly blow up these Chaos Knights that'll take 325% damage right now. It'll also do 1,000 damage to like Warlock Golem, of course Beastmaster summons, and actually Visage Birds, believe it or not. And it's on a 5-second cooldown.
Jesus.
So you can just like instantly blow up all of CK's illusions. You can take the Blood Rage Silence off of all your teammates. You can stop an Overgrowth all at the same time on 5-second cooldown. I think he did that there.
Going to the back lines as well as the Astral Step. They'll get the kill on the Husky. They'll take out this Kato immediately. He'll buy back. Avalanche hits on 3 heroes. Now they look over the toss. They've got the break onto a couple with the Nether Toxin down. They get the kill onto Excel. They look over at Pepita. Bloodright. They have a way to stop this TP. No, they don't. But KXY, he's on the run. They'll ping him out, and they look to focus on the Void Spirit. Bloodright down once again. Avalanche to stop the TP. That keeps him within the Bloodright. He'll use that Yules to try and survive, but he gets tossed up into the air. No, just simulating at the same time. And there's the stun. It'll connect, and so will the tree. Sam, the man, gets the kill.
It's taken out, and their backs are against the wall now. I'm just gonna run up the high ground. They have the Aegis available. The Haunt is still on cooldown for another 20 seconds. Actually, they won't be able to get to the high ground first, but they definitely will be able to take this tier 2 tower. Their Fortify is down. Probably want to hit creeps or something with that illusion instead. Again, you're just going to do not as much damage to the tower. Illusion's not doing as much. Everybody splits up, though. I'm surprised they're not just hitting the tower here while the Void Spirit's dead.
Dead for 5 more seconds. Finally, you have Monkeys Forever at level 15. He ends up taking that extra attack range. Gunner, meanwhile, he's level 16, has the Echo Saber, Blink Dagger, and finishes off that BKB with that tower kill. So he'll go into the Ags afterwards, and then the Daedalus. Interesting little combo. Aether Remnant. It's Husky. You gotta remember, he just fought back. They've got the Reality Rift as well as the Willows down. That stun does not hit on the KXY, but they have the Rupture as well as the Blood. Right now, they've got another stun. 4 seconds this time, and the toss on the KXY to get the kill. TPing over is Excel. He doesn't want to be here. Avoids the Reality Rift with the Snowball. Gonna get the kill on Husky. Husky gets hit with the Walrus Punch and ends up dead with a 3-second stun, and the Tusk will finish him off. So that is a trade that ends up 2 for 1, and Husky pinging out, making sure that the gem is picked up. And it was picked up by Monks Forever.
Don't want to lose that one. Last tier 2 tower will get taken down. I don't think they're going to be able to take high ground just yet. Again, Primal Split is back up. He just hit level 12 on the Brewmaster. So the Pandas be a little bit stronger. Spectre hitting level 18 has that 3 points of Haunt, little cooldown and whatnot. And just about has the Diffusal Blade finished. Be pretty good for fighting against the CK. Again, drawn out fight against the Spectre, especially once he gets that has the Mantis illusions on you. You're not using your Chaos Bolt, you're not using your Reality Rift. Becomes that much easier to fight into him.
Astral Step, another Astral Step used, but BKB comes in from Gunner and just picked this one up. Continue to hit away to the tier 3 tower on the high ground, force out the Glyph. They can find Pepita. That would be pretty big, but they just don't have the vision on him right now.
I'm not even sure he matters a whole lot unless he's cutting creeps. So
Sammy boy just blinks away.
That just happened as he wildly pings around. What the hell is Beastmaster doing over here? Or sorry, Brewmaster doing over here?
They find Monkeys Forever. They've got the Aether Remnant. Now there's the Walrus Punch. So commit Haunt. That seems like a long cooldown for 1. They're not going to find Gunner off this either.
Gunner. Gonna walk out of that one. Monkeys Forever has just been a punching bag this game for the heroes inside of Infamous. Always the dangerous areas, taking the farm and very far forward. Done Guardian Greaves this game, which
Mules. That's out on a Gunner. Blood right down. Astral Step attempting to TP out, and will do so.
Didn't quite have that range for the Avalanche, unfortunately. Actually, I'm not sure if Ocean ended up blocking that, stopping him from getting quite close enough there. This has been an issue throughout the start of the game. Again, Keep It Light just has that Will-O-Wisp in order to cancel TPs, and Bloodseeker, Viper, they don't have anything. Though Viper is holding on to the Clumsy Net.
has that clumsy net, has that little extra bit of control. Meanwhile, Bkop has gotten enough time to get really close to finishing this Scotty. He was looking at the defusal, and then I think he just realized he was getting so much farm that he would hold off and get something probably at the end of the day a little bit better. Once Forever gets hit with the Aether Remnant from KXY, nothing more than that. They're not going to jump him.
Try to shove this mid lane in. The backs are against the wall here. I'm really not sure how they managed to hold this one out. Almost have the I have Scotty completed on the Spectre, but it looks like they're going to take the fight to the enemy base before he gets it. Still sitting 500 gold away. Feels really bad if he forced to take this fight sitting on so much gold on Paxis.
You really want to finish this off before a fight gets forced and before Zoomers continue to shove in the waves. They haven't committed it just yet. They also have Sammy Boy really close to the secret shop. That would be terrible if this courier ends up getting caught. Oh boy.
I'm a little bit surprised that he opted to sit on that 3,000 gold. He had the Fusel Blade and just go or cancel it, then go for the Scotty. Because again, the Fusel Blade did make a lot of sense to me here. I guess he's just looking for a little bit of extra bulk, but I'm not sure a Spectre with just the Scotty is going to have enough damage. And you're starting to fall off here, and Chaos Knight is getting more and more HP. Is the Titan Sliver. Has Sanj and Yasha is now trying to finish a Bloodthorn. This is insane. I guess they want to blow up his Brewmaster before he can get off that Primal Split. Keeps on blowing up his solutions with that Dispel Magic.
Quick pause coming out.
Yeah, that's probably why he's grabbing that Bloodthorn. Again, it feels so far out of the way. You'd rather have your Heart of Tarask or some other items to tank yourself up. But the fact that he's going for this one, the Bloodthorn, of course, not only gives him the silence, but if he uses it after he pops that Drunken Brawler, he won't have that 80% dodge chance. So allow him to bring him down. He can finally use his Phantasm in these fights. His illusions are just getting blown up by this thing. It's it feels pretty bad. And of course, it's able to dispel a lot of the other stuff that they throw on them. The Blinding Light is dispellable, as well as the Bloodseeker Silence. It just does so much. If you can bring this guy down, you're in a really good place. A lot of people sleep on that Dispelled Magic on the Air Panda.
What's he going for right now? He's got Blink Pipe. Lotus Orb, okay. Is that gonna be enough from Pepita? He seems so underformed.
I don't really think so. Again, he struggled to even hit this level 12. Lotus Orb, I think this game's gonna be over, and 4 Zoomers is gonna have one before he completes this Lotus Orb. He sees the Orchid right now, but maybe like if one of your more farmed teammates could build something like that for you, that'd be good. But he's just not able to leave the base, and he doesn't farm very fast.
Roche minimum respawn timer hitting in 25 seconds. Did he get that Scotty? Yes, he did. Okay, so his courier did eventually go over.
Yeah, gonna buy us off a cooldown, but you were so afraid of leaving the base that you can't go use it right now. You're keeping them very pushed in. There's neutral items, level 3 have been picked up on the Radiant, but not all on the Dire yet. I'm surprised nobody's decided to carry this repair kit. I really like that item. Not for the repair part of it, but you know, the HP regen is very nice in tanky heroes.
Smoke over from Infamous. Roche is up. That was a short respawn time. They're actually going to come into the pit on this.
I don't think they can get away with doing this Roche. They would be way too slow, and everybody on the side of 4 Zoomers is set up already. I don't think they can really bring down Gunner anymore without that burst damage. Okay, now that he's got this BKB, I think he just rips through your team. They're not trying to go push right now, right? They're just trying to shove in the lanes to take Roshan.
Actually, heading up towards top, they'll find themselves Excel again. Oh boy. 15 deaths. That is a lot of dying for this Tusk. Should have allowed him to go right in the pit too.
Yeah. You know, on one hand, he was 0 and 11 a little while ago, so 2 and 15 does look a little bit more clean than that.
Oh, so he's only 2 and 4 for that point.
Yeah, exactly. He's been forced to play like this, though. Again, the Void Spirit needs to play safe. The Spectre needs to play safe. It needs to be the Tusk making space. And again, when you have such little gold on this melee initiator here, when you need to play so far forward to get your abilities off, you're gonna just get blown up and die. You're a suicide initiator, and as you're going forward, your only real tool is the magic immunity piercing disable in the form of Walrus Punch and the save from your snowball. And you're not really going to be able to save anyone with snowball prior to getting this blink dagger. I'm not sure he's going to be able to finish that one either, because 4 Zoomers, they got the Aegis, they got the cheese, they're ready to go.
They move into the base, they take the tier 3, they go for the racks, and here we go. Infamous need to hold down or never, and melee rack's gone, so that way that lane will start to push in.
Look at the damage Gunner does through this repair kit. Fortify up. This will just buy them time. I don't think it's going to change the outcome here.
He's got that ag. Snowball comes in. The BKB's been popped and just destroys Excel like that, putting him to 16 deaths. And they're going to eat through this repair kit. More trees for him to toss over. Doesn't land on anybody. Gunner. BKB on cooldown for another 56 seconds. They find themselves stunned out onto the Spectre as well as the break. Backlines, Astral Step. Now the Primal Split used by the Brewmaster. They've got the Haunt. They'll get the kill on a Husky. Will-Wisp already committed to this one. Reality Rift pulls in Excel. He bought back earlier in this fight. They got 2 seconds stun as well as the right clicks. They get the kill on Excel. He's dead for 70 seconds. The Will-Wisp pulls back in. The Spectre Pax is trying to run. And then on the back lines of this fight, they'll find themselves Ocean. So the Primal Split as well as the Rubik, they combine to get the kill out onto this Bloodseeker. He's got buyback. Gunner getting low. They've got the Silence out onto the Void Spirit. Void Spirit, he's low. Packus trying to run back into the base, and the right clicks just aren't enough. Gunner thinking about blinking forward and getting the trees into the base. Is it going to be enough? No, it won't be. Now the stun on the KXY. They get the kill on a Gunner. Packus is the one who gets that one, and Pepita ends up falling afterwards. He'll buy back immediately.
Just didn't have the damage to burst him through that fountain regen. Pox is too tanky at this point. Pick it onto the racks. Can they get it in time?
Oh, telekinesis on a Sam the Man, which I promised to call Sam the Boy if they do end up losing this game, but Monkeys Forever, he gets low. They get the kill out on a Michael. They'll take the Rubik. He's dead for 53 seconds. However, Monkeys Forever's not going to be so lucky. He ends up dead. Now they're fighting 3v1. CK in trouble. He gets low. They'll take the Aegis. They've got Bloodseeker behind him, and now he finally has Rupture. Blood right down. Rupture on the KXY. BKB's been popped by Sammy Boy. Now moving forward, trying to fight the Spectre. They don't have a break, though, from the Viper, so Monkeys Forever being dead is a big deal. They get the kill onto the CK. And all of a sudden, buyback from Monkeys Forever is super late. He buys back and then all of a sudden just farms the jungle?
I think wanted to close this game out as quickly as possible. I mean, all in all, that fight was good for Zoomers, but it does give a hero like Spectre a window back in the game. You got the bottom barracks and you got the mid barracks at this point, but Spectre, you got to be careful. If this guy gets another couple of items, he's able to just run away with the game. And CK hasn't really had a chance to take advantage of the Phantasm. At the start of these fights, throughout the game, either they've been getting dispelled and like 1,000 damage done to them by that Brewmaster, or they get harassed down by the God, he's just throwing out the Cinder Brew, and then Rubik's throwing out the Fade Bolt directly after. So, Lucian's going down really quickly. They want to make more off of this. They know that the biggest hero on the enemy team is down. They smoke up. Oh.
Yeah, that's the universal feeling of we just went on an illusion.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Where's Pepita? Okay, so he's level 18. you know, somehow, some way, he gets to level 25. Ooh, they found Monkey's Forever. You remember he bought back just a second ago, and now he's dead for 100 seconds. This is a big problem. They're going to haunt and jump forward, looking for Husky. They've also got the Rupture coming through. Not sure who that's on exactly. I'm not even sure that was on somebody who wasn't an illusion at the moment, but they get the Primal Split off. They've got the Will was down. Now Sammy Boy trying to fight this. Tree's getting thrown over at Packus. They get the kill on Excel. 3 seconds stun. Reality Rift pulling in the Spectre. I believe the Rupture was onto the Spectre, and yeah, you can see it there running out in just a second. But the BKB and the right click's coming in on the Packus. They find this Spectre, but they'll lose Husky. He's got buyback in 59. Buyback and dead for 53 seconds. Telekinesis onto the CK. Blood right down, but KXY won't be stopped by that. Spectre's got buyback. It's not the worst thing in the world.
That's true. He just about bought out there, bought the Ogre Axe and Mithril Hammer. Thinks better of it. Again, he only has one set of racks left. I mean, he's got the range one on the bottom that will go down eventually because it has no HP regen. So I think he's going to have to buy back for this next push here from 4 Zoomers.
Depending on how quickly they take this, yeah.
Solar Crest making him tear through the creep waves even quicker. I'd like to see how fast he takes down this tower. Could be destruction as well. Here we go.
So into the tier 3, you can see he takes this tower very quickly with the illusions. Blinding Light coming out from Michael. That was stolen off the Kato, who's dead and now back alive. They've got the Telekinesis that hits on a Gunner, but you don't have the Spectre for 30 seconds, so you might be allowing this tier 3 to die. You've got the Repair Kit on it. There's the Snowball. BKB's been popped by Gunner. They've got the Rupture out on a KXY. He's in some trouble and will chase for a little bit, thinking about going through with this. And now the trees are being thrown on him, forced to Astral Step back. Again, taking a little bit of damage from that Rupture, but not the worst thing in the world. So he'll jump back towards the base, heal up, and be ready to fight if they go for this set of racks. They did take the tier 3. So Infamous, they don't buy back on the Spectre. And in a fight like this, where buybacks, we take a look, are not available on most of the side of 4 Zoomers, or really most of the side for either team, having buyback available for the Spectre could be massive. However, he did just buy the Mithril Hammer, so he's short of it from 500 gold. And I think he actually just bought the recipe too, so he's short of it by even more.
Yeah, I don't think they'll be able to jump onto him and blow him up, though. Again, they do have... oh, I was going to say you have the Blink Dagger on Tusk, because I was expecting him to have made some progress in the last, like, 5-10 minutes here. But he's got the exact same amount of gold.
He's hard 5ing right now.
I'd be embarrassed if Excel wasn't more embarrassed by not having any money saved up in that time.
Oh my god, Leveler coming through, as well as the Spell Prism. 2 amazing neutral items. Peter just getting wrecked by these illusions.
See who decides to grab this Leveler.
Ooh, Monkey's Forever, Astral Step. They spotted him. Aether Remnant. That's going to lock down this Viper. They've got the control. And again, he doesn't have buyback. They'll force the haunt. They've got the Snowball coming through as well as the Dissimulate. Down goes Monkey's Forever. But you have left your base, so now everybody needs to TP back. They're going to go for the racks. They've got Excel coming through. And now, Brewmaster, he ends up dead. Pepita's gone. Spectre doesn't have TP for 7 seconds. He haunted bottom, and now he can't come back. Rupture out on a KXY. They've silenced up the Void Spirit. He's Yule's himself. He'll survive for now. Forced to pop the BKB. And now Spectre finally TP's in. Down goes the melee racks. BKB's been popped by Sammy Boy as well as KXY. That's going to be the back end of that BKB as he popped it early. The BKB's been popped by Paxis. They've gotten themselves the blood right down as Walrus Punch hits. Snowball coming through. All of a sudden, Sammy Boy commits and he ends up dead. The right clicks out on Husky with the damage. God, Gunner takes out Michael and Excel. Excel, that's got to be like his 20th death. Blood right down once again. That gets the silence out of the Spectre, and they're going to continue to try and fight this. I think Gunner's looking for some trees to toss, and yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. Packus, I don't know if you want to go in on that, but finally they get the kill on the Gunner. KX like the one who gets credit for that one, and then they finish off Ocean. They bought back on the Coddle. They don't have buyback on this Bloodseeker. Somehow, Infamous, I feel like, are kind of holding on to this. Oh my god, with Packus not having TP.
That was so bad on Paxis. Again, I don't think he needed to commit onto that and haunt there. He wanted to make sure the kill was secured on the Monkeys Forever. But again, no TP on off of cooldown for like what, another 15 seconds after he did that. They did win the fight, but it cost them buybacks. It cost them this bottom range tracks. They lost the melee one because the Spectre came in so late that he was out of position. The enemies were already in their base. And all they have left is this range track. 719 HP. Do they have a repair kit on these heroes? Have they used all the charges up already?
I believe it's been fully consumed. Yeah. Roche up in 54 seconds.
was a wild tree toss, though. I think like 3 or 4 out of 5 of those crit.
Gets broken. Michael goes in with the telekinesis. They find Sammy Boy. Now they've got the snowball as well as the silence coming in from the resonant pulse of KXY. Snowball actually hits onto the Kato. Now they've got the 3 seconds done. That hits onto the toss. The shards blocking Sammy Boy a little bit. You need the Spectre. He's nowhere near the fight. Finally haunts in. They get the kill on Excel, so they're taking to the toss to pop the BKB on Sammy Boy. He's trying to run with the blue wisp already down. They get the kill on Husky. They're taking out the Kato. Continuing to move forward as Paxis looks over Monkeys Forever. Gets the bash as well as the 8th remnant. That locks up Sammy Boy. Now they've got the stolen stun coming in from Michael. It's a 3-second stun now. They've got the CK dead. 2 minutes gone. CK out of the fight. Monkeys Forever is going to be next. He's silenced thanks to the resonant pulse. Once again, Monkeys Forever gone with no buyback, and somehow, some way, Infamous. They now need to push out these lanes. They have to defend. They've killed off these heroes on the side of 4 Zoomers and have made a stand here and then. And Roche is back up now.
Roshan,
oh my!
into this refresher shard. Get this double haunt, double Brewmaster alt primal split off, and they might be able to win this just yet. 99 HP left on this range rax. If the creeps have managed to take it out in that last fight, oh, they have to be careful though. The catapults are pushing in this lane. Yeah, Excel goes to shove that lane out. Yeah, 99 HP is. 99 HP is
close.
The difference between them being able to shove out these creep waves in time and the lanes just pushing in too hard for them to be able to do anything. Spectre is able to take fights all the way up until like the very, very late game, but not that great at split pushing the waves. Nobody on Team Infamous is.
So they took the mid tier 2, they've pushed out this creep wave, they'll settle and go back for Roche. That's the Aegis Cheese as well as the Refresher Shard. That's double primal split if they're able to keep the Brewmaster alive. One of the things I want to note is, in fact, if he goes into the BKB and Brewmaster gets to the level 25 and picks up a plus 120% Drunken Brawler critical strike damage, that's where your damage starts to be seen for this Brewmaster if the game holds on that long. That's where I saw General one-shotting everybody on the map with the Divine Rapier.
Yeah. It looks like that's what he wants to do as well, because he has gone for the plus 80 attack speed rather than his primal split health.
So we can
he's
see
prepping
this 25.
for the late game.
Yeah, he's prepping for the ultra late.
I'm not sure it's going to be. I'm not sure he's going to get there again. Last building left with just 99 HP. Could send someone up there, just take it down. Gunner would only need to whack it once. Even with backdoor protection, just has so much damage with this tree grab. Yeah, they want to just go for it. They want to grab these mega creeps. The lane's shoving so easy. Oh no, he's going to send his illusions to do it. He ults up. I don't think the illusions are going to have enough damage to be able to do it if the backdoor protection isn't down, though. Again, these things don't do very much damage.
Too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's not really. You can do a couple of health of damage to it. 91, 87, 86, 85, 84.
Meanwhile,
Okay.
they have Haunt available as well as the Aegis on the Spectre. They're walking around and behind them. They can catch Sammy Boy first. Oh my god, they've got the telekinesis. Now they use the Haunt immediately. They look after the call. They get the kill on Husky. They look over at Sammy Boy. He's in so much trouble. He's been bashed up. They get the kill on the CK. He's dead for 95 seconds without buyback. The trees get tossed from Gunner, who used that BKB, but there's the Abyss Blade coming out from Pax to stop the TP of Gunner. Avalanche as well as the toss, but it's not going to be enough. They've got the Dissimulate right on top of him. They'll get the kill on Gunner after a while. He's pretty tanky, but finally the Tiny will fall, and 3 heroes down on the side of 4 Zoomers. All of a sudden, this game is back to even, and Infamous have made a stand. However, creeps are in the base, looking to get this range rax and looking to go megas. They just get stopped by Pepita.
You constantly have to keep your base check. You're winning these fights now, finally, but your back's against the wall. It's so hard to shove these in. There's 70 seconds here. I think you just got to try to make a play here on Bloodseeker or Viper. If you can manage to get across the map, get a couple hits in on this range barracks, you're not really able to leave the base anymore on Infamous.
Astral Step, Yules, locks up Monkeys Forever. They've got the Aether Remnant. Now they've locked him down and could kill him off. The buyback comes out from Gunner. They've used the Abyss Blade to keep the Viper right next to him. They'll finish him off. They'll get the kill. He's dead for 80 seconds without buyback. They're using the repair kit to try and hold these tier 3s. Creeps pushing out top. So this is fine right now for Infamous. They're not going to go down to Mega Creeps. They lose KXY though to Ocean. And all of a sudden, you're without your Void Spirit for 95 seconds. He has buyback. He's just short the gold. And that'll stop Infamous's push.
They smoke up now. I think they really want to close this game out. Again, they're frustrated. Infamous are still in this. Gunner and Ocean. I think they just want to make a mad dash for this top range barracks. It's opened up right now. Keeps have pushed all the way into bottom lane.
Do they have Haunt? Yes, they do. So if they go in on this and the TPs come through, this could just be a sacrifice for Megas.
Yeah, I think they'll be able to get out afterwards. Again, he's got the Blink Dagger, he's got the BKB. I'm not even sure why Ocean is here. You just need to whack this once. There you go.
There it is, Megas. I'm actually more impressed that they kept the discipline and helped the Haunt.
Yeah. They made that mistake once, though. I don't think they'll make it again, committing that one too hard.
PETA? Ooh, long TP! That was a very long TP, and now they're going to lose this Brewmaster.
Buybacks immediately. He knows he's at the end game right now. He doesn't have time to sit down. They're pinging down the mid lane. The line is drawn by Excel here. They need to get something off of this. This creep wave is hard to push out, though.
Is it Supers and Megas right now? That's Megas, yeah.
But even though you've managed to win these last couple of team fights, again, the fact that you've lost all those racks, I think it's just too late for you. You can take the fights, but you can't shove out the lane when you do.
Can they go for it? They'll find Monks forever. They'll get the kill on the Viper. He doesn't have buyback at the moment. Now they're going to haunt John even further down the line. They'll go after Gunner. They've got themselves the help from PETA, but the Rupture comes out of Paxis. So Paxis needs to be careful about how far he's willing to go. The Spectral Dagger thrown at Sammy Boy. Blink forward from Excel. Excel pops the BKB, gets the Walrus Punch out onto the CK. CK's got to be careful. He doesn't have buyback for 5 more seconds. He'll have it once he dies, if he does have the gold for it. And Sammy Boy, I believe he does. He's actually got 168 surplus. They go and commit onto the CK. They'll get the kill. He has buyback, and he'll probably be forced to use it. Creeps are pushing in mid. Creeps are pushing in top. So you need to be careful if you're the side of Infamous. And immediately after they win that fight, they don't get the buyback coming in from the CK, which is something that they really would have enjoyed. And Packus trying to get out of this one. He does still have the Aegis for a couple seconds longer. So 30 seconds more with that. Excel dies again, and ooh, not 30 seconds, just ending at that 3-minute mark. My bad. And pushing it.
And 3 and 21. I feel like Excel dying is just like a footnote on everything happening in this game. It's again, it feels so hard for you on Infamous. You're able to take these fights. You finally can kill Chaos Knight, but every time you do, you have to commit so hard across the map, and your lanes are shoved in. Even if you're able to win these team fights right now, I think your backs are just too far against the wall to be able to do anything. The moment you like give Gunner a moment, I think he just heads into your base and starts whacking away at these tier 4s as well, and you just lose. So, despite the fact that you are strong enough to take the fight to the enemy team now, it's too late. Lanes are always shoved in.
See you later, nerds. Holy moly.
Tusk finally has that Blink Dagger and a BKB. The thing that Infamous were really looking for in that exchange was to get the buyback pull from the CK, and if they were able to get that and go back to base successfully, they would have been very happy with that exchange.
Yeah, but all these teams right now are so close together with their scores in the group stage that these matches mean so much to them.
Like I said, Infamous, they could go to 1-5-2 if they lose this, and this would help on the side of 4 Zoomers kind of crawl their way out of the bottom. PETA needs to be very careful. They're looking to jump on him. They can make this blink as well as the avalanche toss. He's staying very far forward. The trees come in, and that actually gives away the fact that they're there. I'm surprised he wasn't more forward about that and just jumping with the blink avalanche toss back to the team.
I am too. The length of this game is getting to them. Again, we are 49 minutes in. It was a pretty convincing victory for them earlier on. Have you opened up these graphs at all this game?
It's a mountain that they've climbed, a mountain that they've successfully climbed so far. They're up 3K, although the win percentage is back towards 4 Zoomers, according to Dota Plus. Divine Rapier picked up by KXY, so they're going to commit for this. I would have rather see Divine Rapier for Pepita, but obviously he's just not getting the gold for that.
No.
And he doesn't have 25 yet either, so it doesn't matter.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Still gets blown up pretty quickly too. He only has 10 armor. If they do get like the silence off onto him or the stun off onto him and he's not able to pop that BKB in time, he just dies. So the Assault Cuirass will help him with that. Will make his Panda stronger too. Again, their backs are against the wall here. I feel like this is just going to last a very long time now. Probably not going to see this game end until tier 5 items come out. Thank God for tier 5 items. They exist to make sure that games end. Even if they're not exactly balanced, they're definitely like a huge factor of like if your tier 5 items are good for your heroes versus if they're bad, you'll either win or lose the game.
Yeah. What are you wanting? I mean, if you're both these teams, pirate hat for the Brewmaster.
Yeah, Pirate Head for the Brewmaster, maybe Ballista or something on Monkey's River Viper. So even like, sorry, I forget what it's called, the Fallen Sky, the Blink Meteor Hammer item. That thing is ridiculous. You phase out for like 0.5 seconds as well, so you can dodge a bunch of stuff with it. But it has an independent cooldown from Blink.
Ooh,
so
they
like,
find Sammy Boy. They're going to go in with the Haunt. Can they get the kill on the CK? Yeah, he is taken out very quickly. So they've got the damage.
I mean, okay, but, you know, Mega Creeps are at your base.
Husky dies too. Mega Creeps back at the base. Force the TP in. Those kills don't mean anything if you can't force the buybacks. It's not like 4 Zoomers have to go far to make you go back.
You've lost hundreds of HP on your tier 4 towers, and even though you've gotten kills, in reality, you've accomplished nothing. These heroes aren't going to buy back. It's going to take you, what, probably like anywhere from 30 to 60 seconds to shove all the way down this mid lane against the Mega Creeps. It doesn't really matter that you're able to win fights now.
They've got Michael down low in base, and Roche is up. You've got Excel looking right at it. The question is, who can take it? You're without the CK and the Coddle, but going for Roche is just as detrimental to you as going for a fight like we just saw. Packus will push out these creeps. They need to just try something here. But going for anything seems just high risk. Literally anything.
Divine Rapier will take down Roche pretty quickly. Aegis Cheese, Refresher Shard, Aghanim's Blessing would be pretty good. Again, further swing the number within their favorites, like a 6k item.
Do you give the Ags over to the Spectre so he can have that one person haunt?
Tusk. Give it a Tusk.
Give it a Tusk?
Yeah.
You think so? I would either give it to the Brew or the Spec.
I would give it to Tusk. Walrus Kick is a very good ability. But they do not. They have handed it to Spectre.
Yeah, because now you've got that Shadow Step, and Shadow Step's only a 35-second cooldown.
I guess it does make sense. You're able to head back to your base, defend, push out a wave, and then Shadow Step back into a team fight. I stand Walrus Kick.
You're going to go here for Husky. Gunner trying to throw some trees, doing a lot of damage onto Paputa as well as Excel. They've got the Yules out on a Husky, so he'll survive for the moment. Drops the Will as BKB's been popped by Excel, as well as Paputa to TP back to base, as creeps are already in the base. And does anybody, who's got Boots of Travel on 4 Zoomers? I don't think anybody does. I know, CK does. Yeah, so CK's got them. Octarine Core on Gunner. That puts Tree Volley on a 9-second cooldown. Avalanche on a 4-second cooldown. Ugh. And Toss on a 6-second cooldown. My God. Oh my God.
Got smoked up on these heroes. Infamous.
Was it Smoke or Ninja Gear? Just Ninja Gear.
Oh, it was Ninja Gear. I hear a smoke sound. Nobody can see him. I'm not sure he's really going to be able to do anything around the map by himself with his Ninja Gear.
It's got level 25. It did go into the Drunken Brawler, critical strike damage, trying to get in the AC. They look over to try and catch themselves. Gunner, they found him, and now they'll kill him. He's dead for 2 minutes. He doesn't have buyback, but take a look at your base. CK Illusions are in, trying to take these tier 4 towers as well as the creep, so you need to be very careful. They find the kill on Ocean. He's shadow stepping, he's haunting, and now they've got themselves a second kill. But again, creeps are pushing in. Michael comes back, tries to use the Fable. KXY is here as well. They're starting to converge on these heroes. They find themselves Sammy Boy. Snowball comes through as well as the tag team and the Walrus Punch. Now they've got the Shadow Step. Do they have the damage? They should. Sammy Boy ends up dead. He's got buyback, dead for 100 once again. Monkeys Forever pops the Minotaur Horn, trying to TP out and is successful. And they've helped the tier 4s again. This Shadow Step, as well as having that haunt, the jumping, has really helped Packus.
Yeah, I'm going to take back what I say. He's doing a lot of work being able to move around the map with his ability. His mana is pretty low, though, so he has to be a bit careful with how hard he commits on everything, with having to with a Shako. Actually sending himself out to Clarity's Enchanted Mangoes, which is definitely the play. They're very little else you can get right now to improve your kit. Like maybe a refresher orders, like your 8th or 9th item. When you have a moon shard, you have item blessing, and your 6th slotted.
Tower is under attack.
Tier 5 items are getting closer though. But again, we're seeing how hard this is. They're finally able to get a little bit of control on this map. Spectre, I think.
Difference. Oh my god. Sorry, but I'm just noticing that Spectre is almost 30, and look at where Sammy Boy was. He was dominating the entire game. He's 20, 11, and 10. He's only level 26.
All right. Still 30 seconds till some of these heroes are up. Fortify is available. You have buyback on Sammy Boy, but to use it now would feel very bad.
I think you're willing to give up some of these buildings, but now they go after Husky. They'll find themselves the Coddle. They'll get the kill. The Snowball comes out of Monkeys Forever. That forces the buyback on to Husky. They'll use the Shadow Step, I believe, not the Haunt, as Haunt is still on cooldown for another 21 seconds. Radiant fortify their structures. Rupture out on a Pacus. He has the Aegis. He's able to freely walk back with the amount of health that he's got. 5,100 thanks to their Lupus Shacklo. Gets hit by the Blood Right, silence for a second, and now the BKB comes out. They've got the Snowball Excel way too far and way too deep into the base, so they're going to lose this Tusk.
Yeah. B, again, is not really an issue. Despite the fact that his respawn timer is so big, he's not really contributing to these fights in that big of a way. He's got the Walrus Punch, of course. He's got the Snowball. He has buyback available.
Oh, double damage bottom.
But you really don't care if he dies, especially if it guarantees everybody else is able to disengage. DD rune, and then this is going to be the thing you kept talking about, just the huge damage coming from the Drunken Brawler crit and the 80 attack speed when he decides to take the fight.
Buyback on the Tusk, and it looks like they want to fight right here, right now. They have a 23,000 net worth lead. This is absurd. And, ooh, it's a Shadow Step on a Husky. Or actually, the Haunt. Can't keep up with this Spectre anymore.
I missed the start of that. How do you... Oh, yeah.
I didn't hear the Haunt, so I just completely didn't see him jump over. I saw him TP back.
Yeah, I thought you said Shadow Step. I was like, how do you have vision of him over there? That is wild, but again, you have to commit that high cooldown ultimate for the Keeper of the Light. You did get him while his buyback's no cooldown. Yeah, he died back for that one.
This is level 30. Aegis expires, but the BKB, and that I feel like is more important than the BKB. I think just having that second life for Paxis is massive.
So, again, 24k net worth up XP, also very heavily in your favor on Infamous, but you still are facing the same problem you faced 10, 50 minutes ago. You can't leave your base, even if you are, like, your team is spread so thin, trying to keep all of these waves shoved. They can end up being dangerous for you. Toxis, I don't know what you're farming at this point. Again, I guess going for Silver Edge.
Find Sammy Boy. Does travel over from KXY. They want to go for Sammy Boy. He does have buyback. Astro Steps, Silent Sam. BKB's been popped. They've got the Haunt. They'll use the Abyss Blade. They'll get the damage out on Sammy Boy and get the kill. Now the Warriors Punch hits onto the Tiny. They've got the lockdown on a gun to the buyback on the CK. Hex followed it up by Michael. They continue to stay right on top of this Tiny. They've got themselves another Toxin down, but it's not enough to stop the side of Infamous from continuing to move in. They had a 4-second stun as well as the reality if they use the Phantasm chasing this Spectre amongst Forever using the Minotaur Horn. The Blood Right is down. The Snowball can't pull him in. They've got the damage to take out this fight, but they look over at Pacus, and he is just destroying everybody. The buybacks come in massive form from 4 Zoomers. They've got the telekinesis on to Sammy Boy, who just bought back. He's dead for 2 minutes. They've got themselves the toss, but the Hex from Michael stops the toss from the Tiny. The Will-O-Wisp is in. They just don't have the damage to kill Paxis. Gunner, he's been surrounded. 3 heroes here. Michael as well as KXY and Excel right onto this Tiny. They go back over to this Spectre. Spectre low. Spectre trying to survive. Might drop the Divine Rapier. Does so! Oh no! Buys back as well as the Haunt. Did he get it back? No, he didn't. Monks Forever is the one who picks up the Divine Rapier. Now they go into the base. He's invis for the moment, but they're staying right on top of him. They've got the bash coming out from the Abyss Blade that is helped by this Spectre. 4 staffs back, trying to get him into the base, but now here comes Spectre with the Shadow Step. They continue to go on him as they've got themselves the Hex coming out from Michael. The Blood Right is down. Can they get the Divine Rapier back into their hands? Yes, they can with Monkeys Forever eventually dropping. Oh, I say that. Brewmaster taking a lot of damage, heals up to full thanks to the cheese. Spectral Dagger thrown at Husky and Ocean, the only 2 surviving. So now, can you take the base before your base finds trouble? Creeps are in over on the bottom lane. KXY is trying to handle that, and backdoor protection is up.
Can they get it? Oh, the creep gets close enough to the tower, unfortunately. So backdoor protection is broken. Again, Ocean here trying to drag the creeps away. Gonna take like 18 seconds, I think now.
Motion.
Oh,
Gone.
no.
Has buyback.
Transfused.
What does he do here? Does he commit to the enemy base? Does he try to take the throne in this time, or does he end up dying if he tries to do something like that? Husky is gone on. His buyback is on cooldown as well. They can't afford to drop again. The creeps are inside the base, and they need 40 seconds until Sammy Boy's back.
Doesn't even feel like Sammy Boy can do anything. They do have creeps pushing in mid, so if he is alive, he can boots travel over mid and try to make something happen. They don't have Glyph for another 30 seconds, so if they could just hold with the repair kit, they might be able to hold the Glyph and get Sammy Boy back into the fight. But they've gotten themselves the Aether Remnant as well as the Rupture coming into KXY. The damage coming through, beating the repair kit. BKBs have been popped. Can they do anything about this? It doesn't look like it. Infamous might have brought themselves all the way back, but there's the blinding light. BKB wears out. It doesn't look like it's going to be enough. The repair kit's starting to heal up the Ancient. KXY as well as Packus hitting away at this, and there it is, the win for Infamous. And they beat Sam the Boy. They've done it. They brought it back from 30k down, a 70k shift, and they beat 4 Zoomers in a game they had no business winning.
Infamous just played to the late game. That game was so wild. I'd say that I think the biggest factor in this game was Pepita. Sammy Boy wasn't able to use his ultimate at all. He was forced to go so far out of his way to build that Orchid and Bloodthorn, and again the Spectre as well, just blowing people up, getting into that late game. I'm blown away how this even happened, Bkop.
Yeah, I mean, this is a 25, 30,000 net worth lead for 4 Zoomers, and I mean, that is a crazy shift. All of a sudden, the game hits about the 50-minute mark, the 45-minute mark, and Infamous pull their way back. Mega creeps back against the wall. I don't even think they dropped the tier 4s that were in their base. Packus ends the game 23-5 and 21. KXY, a big part of that as well. And Michael, who played really well, picked up this Hex and was a big difference maker in these fights. But getting that Ags, getting that 4th Roche, having that Shadow Step for Paxus, when he's able to jump on these heroes, not once but twice. You start with the Haunt, then you come in, you've got the Shadow Step, you're jumping, you're using that Abyssal Blade, and all of a sudden, it felt like Sammy Boy was legitimate paper. It was nuts. I don't understand. I mean, 4 Zoomers, they definitely had the opportunity to go and push this in, and there were definitely times where I thought maybe Infamous stepped off the gas a little bit. They left the CK's buyback available, and it looked like maybe the 4 Zoomers had a way back into the game. But even then, Infamous, 52-51, they pull it back and they win the game.
Incredible.
It's wild. Yeah. I mean, any last thoughts before we head over to the next series? I mean, it's hard to just blow by this one. That's a wild game.
I think the major things I would highlight this game is this Bloodthorn that Sammy Boy was forced to get against Pepita there. Pepita, who was having such a rough game at the start. If we go to the overview, we can quickly look like Pepita's net worth earlier on in the game. His score, he was like level 10, had basically nothing, and he ended up being such a major contributor and forcing him build like that 6,500 gold item on Sammy Boy. And like you said, he was paper, but he didn't have that many items. Normally, CK wants like a Heart of Trask. He wants a Satanic. He wants to be huge. The enemies were able to just blow him up because he hadn't committed to any of these big HP items. And I guess along with that, once you were able to blow him up, you didn't really have the damage or the initial burst from Gunner because you did have that a Toss Avalanche combo. But other than that, you relied on Tree Volley, and Monkeys Forever was just a tank. Pipe of Insight and Guardian Greaves at 50 minutes along with his Hurricane Pipe. So once you managed to bring down Sammy Boy, who was forced to go that Bloodthorn, it was pretty easy to tear the rest of the team apart.
Yeah, so Infamous Gaming, they pull off an amazing comeback. Honestly, it's such a good job by them. They should be really proud of that victory, and that is a 1-1 split on this series. So we'll come back with the next series, Haven Liberty against Thunder Predator. We'll be back with that in just a moment, so stay right there as we regain our composure and move on to the next one. So see you in a second. We'll be right back.